Nürburgring.
We live? We are live. Yes, that's even worse. Yeah, hello, welcome. See how much nonsense we talk when we sound all over the place. Hey, Paul saying hello to Paul.
Yes. Hello to myself and to Bossman and to everyone out there. We are at round 3, Suzuka.
Yeah, man. This Wednesday night series on console. I have to admit, I mean, this has been such a journey. It's sad to think that even after this race, we only have 2 races to go, and then we're kind of done for the season. I mean, it's been eventful. The numbers have grown. We've got new faces from Sim Race South Africa or SSR Sonic Sim Racing. Ooh, geez, I'm even saying the wrong things. And then of course the boys at Sarko. So what a season!
No, definitely. I mean, SSR, a couple of unknown boys that have come over from there, and they are just absolutely giving it beans. And then the Sarko boys are knee deep in the championship between Jakes and Marius. And then we got a couple of boys from LNR and basically from the other communities who found us via SimGrid. So, yeah, it's definitely an entertaining one. And I already got a question today via DM to say, what are we doing for the next season? So, thinking hats are on early.
Yeah, we gotta think of what we're gonna do the next season. It's gonna be. I don't know. To be fair, I think we got a good thing going. I kind of feel like I'd love to put some GT4s on track, but I don't feel the love of those cars.
It's always a worry when you do the GT4s if you have a massive drop off in interest. Um, I don't know why guys are just scared of it, but yeah, it does look like GT3s are just the way to go, man. It's
Yeah.
one of the things, I guess. Maybe we'll do a draw out of the hat again to assign your car. Or maybe it's time for a team versus team again, you know?
Something in that sense. Yep. Well, thinking heads needs to be
Ah,
on.
yep. So, Bossman, Jock says there is no audio on the game coming through on the stream.
There we go.
Yep.
Good point. Thanks, Sharks. Oh, that's terrible. What a day to start. It's been a long day, so I'm trying to catch up on fun and excitement now. Um, the boys are on their qualifying session. I hope the audio is now much better. Just me not muting it, and I don't know why I did do that. The buttons is wrong. um, So qualifying session, 10 minutes for these boys. No one's actually put a track or time frame down. I can still see Marius. I mean, I would guess this is his second lap, and it just looks like he's still warming up his tires. So 12 degrees temperature, 4 o'clock in the morning, sunny. Well, it says sunny. It's going to be sunny soon. But I think these boys are really going to struggle with such low temperatures.
Yeah, I saw the guys were talking earlier in the group that getting the tires up to temp is a mission, and to keep it there is a mission. And I was like, okay, what did Bossman cook up today? And
Hmm.
well, a 4 in the morning qualifying session that would do it.
Yeah, but again, I had to figure it out because thankfully last week I was actually in a position to go into the server settings and look at it because we've got everything planned that the track conditions and temperatures should be about 12 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is how we've registered everything on SimGrid itself. And when I set it up on the servers and went into the servers, the track conditions at that time were something like 4 degrees, and I went like, that's not right. So if I left it as it is and didn't check it, I can imagine how much these oaks would have struggled.
So we got first times on the board. We got
Checo.
Checo, who's done a 202.9, and as I say that, Sarah Racer rockets through and does a 201.7,
Well,
and
this
then we
guy's.
got and
Sorry,
then
go for it.
yeah, Sarah, he was in it last week as well until he had that spin. So
Hmm.
it's definitely going to be interesting to see who does what at this track. I do believe it's not a Bentley track, so if Bentley does well here, I would be shocked. The only Bentley I've ever seen do well here is Mr. Vermeulen in his Bentley. Other than that, I've never seen a Bentley go well yet.
Well, that was kind of where I was going to go. There we go. ATK Coquetto bringing it up there with a 201 flat. More than half a second quicker than Zero Racer. So again, that probably doesn't surprise me and you. From recollection, Coquetto didn't join race 1, race 2. Have now joined up with us on the third race. So good to see him back racing here. He is, but we all know, a phenomenal quick guy all round.
Yeah, no, definitely Coquetto. I would think by knowing that he's, as far as I know, the ex or the current ATK series champion, so he would be the man to beat. So yeah, and then on the chats we've got Jock who's popped in, and we've got Toki saying, "Let's go, Gavpig, let's go." And Tintin wants to know what he's missed. So, hello boys, welcome. Haven't missed much. But yeah, it's gonna get interesting with 4 minutes left in qualifying, and we still have half the field to set a lap.
We do, and it's only 3 minutes left, so having a couple of new guys on the grid that are off pace. I mean, the question stands: what are these guys that are currently have been doing the championship from the beginning? Because we're looking at Marius, who's been leading the championship at the moment, and he's being chased up by Grimjaw and those Oaks, who I don't see tonight. There we go. Grimjaw's also there, who had an awful race last week at Brands Hatch. Probably, like I said, not his favorite track. I reckon he's going to be full storm here tonight. Bit of pace, but I expect to see a lot of good things from this man.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm hoping Grimjaw actually shows the pace that he showed us at round 1 in the dry. So I'm hoping he brings that Audi into play to chase down Coquetto. And then the guys like Marius and Jakes, they seem to not be on top of it with quali, but they seem to definitely have more overall race pace. So I'm hoping that plays into their hand. And then Checo is just the dark horse, no matter which way we go with it. Checo is like, he could put it on pole, he could win the race, or he could win it and kill himself in turn 1. So who knows what he's going to do.
It's a lot to go for this night, and there's a lot of guys from last week that I think deserves a good race. Like Springbok Gamer came out, didn't have the best qualifying, but then somehow managed to make his way all the way through to the front end of the grid, and then had a sudden incident, and he just lost all confidence at Brands Hatch. So I think tonight is going to be another challenge for him to see whether he can overcome that and then put the pace down. Again, Lexus is a very good car at Suzuka. I don't know if it's that good anymore, but I've always known it being quite competitive.
No, definitely, and I think T. Scott, he showed some proper pace last week out. So I'm keen to see if he can bring some magic. And then we've got Hal's 666, Trivs is there, various Sky that look quite quick, and then could have as like a very, very late entry with Coquetto. He's kind of dropped himself there in the mid-pack. So yeah, I think interesting. And Gavpig has not set a lap yet. Stalls is sitting in the pit, so I wonder if Stalls is just going to start from the back and just take it from there. And then Captain van Beek, who is still having to set a lap. So it is definitely with 1 minute to go. The grid is going to probably have a couple of shuffles happening right about now.
Yeah, and I don't think even if Gavpig puts a good lap down now, which he did, puts himself in second, and he's going to challenge for that pole position though. So again, he's trying to gun for his first victories thus far. Was denied in round 1 by getting a drive-through penalty, denied in round 2 by the surprising drive there by LNR Checo, who took it from him during a pit stop. So tonight he's got a different challenge on him, which is Coquetto, which we all know is an alien of note. And of course Toki supporting Gav there. Again, I hope he's got a wonderful race and he can put it down. because he's definitely one of those class racers. I don't think he's going to get a good lap here because he's got that Audi ahead of him, and that's definitely going to impede on
Yeah.
getting a proper lap out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, being within point two of Koketso, that means at least we will be in for a race, hopefully. And Gavby can maybe pull that one out the bag like he did at round one, and he stole P1 going into turn one. So who knows? Maybe he's got a bit of magic left over just to surprise us there. But the boys are close. So, and everyone seems to have done a lap except for Stall. So Stall's definitely starting from the back.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait for this race. Look, Suzuka favorite track. Whether it loves me, I don't know. It's just one of those tracks that I keep on going back and go, I love it, I love it, I love it. But I haven't had many successful races of it. So 20
Yeah,
guys on the grid. Mm.
yeah, this is full grid. This is going to be a fun one, and the chat is busy. So Tintin saying he's been a year off of console and he doesn't recognize half the field. Tintin, we don't blame you. There's a lot of new faces on the console side. That is kind of thanks to SSR and Sako who have come over to race with us. And then Toki says Ati is a beast. I assume in his Lexus, which we don't doubt for 1 second. And then Niall has arrived and he says, "Evening, gents, and let's go Checo." And then Jock is welcoming Niall. Man, these boys have got lots to say. Wolfman Willie has arrived as well. How's it, Willie? Geez, gents, everyone's here. This is good. Everyone's got popcorn. I hope you got some beer, some tequila, make some bets, have some fun, and let's see who walks away with it tonight.
Yeah, we're certainly going to try and entertain everyone as best we can. So, from a qualifying standpoint of view, of course, ATK Koketsu taking it there in pole, as we see best sector 1 and 2, slightly off in sector 3, but that is very marginal. Then we've got Gavpig in second, Cerro Racer in third, LNR Checo, who won last week's Brands Hatch, in fourth, Insomnia 8-bit in fifth, Kuduvas in sixth, Marius in seventh, leader of the championship at the stage. So it's got a bit of work for them today. Again, a Porsche, not the best car on this track, so I guess his consistency is definitely going to show this evening. Grimjaw, who took race one by miles, struggled in race two, sitting right behind Marius. So that is kind of good to see these two side by side again. Rapid Duck in ninth, Springbok in 10th, and then the rest of the field is just as closely packed. So I really think this is going to be phenomenally good racing. If we can get through corner one, the S's, again, now I've got to make sure that I do name the corner names properly, which I guess is Degna 1 and 2. And then,
Oh
of
boy,
course, the,
are
the,
we
the
back on the
favorite.
Degna?
Yes, today we're back on the Degnas, the official Degnas. Okay, it's Suzuka, it's Degna 1 and 2. Then, of course, a Spoon, and then everyone's favorite 130R. So those are just where I expect to see a lot of action.
Okay, yeah, yes. So if I check the official track map, there's two Degna corners on this track map.
I have to get it
Oh,
right because
jeez.
again, it's all about trying to learn the track and corner names as we commentate because it's not one of those things we often do.
No, not at all. I barely ever know the corners. I go this corner, that corner, yes, and then everyone must know what I'm talking about. So I see the
Yes.
boys are about to start their formation lap, and I hope that they are able to get enough heat into their rubber so that they can have a good race. It's a full formation lap, so this is going to be a while. And let's see if we go 3 for 3 with a clean getaway and a clean turn one.
Mm, I've currently got it on fourth place. Checo there. Is it fourth place? I think so. No, it's probably not. Again, I have to
Is
push.
on third place. You
I
are
think it's
on
on
third.
third place. I have
Yes,
to
third.
push the whole drive thing just to follow these boys. And again, it's nice to get that I would say the big visual screen of where these boys are and what it is, and maybe get some helicam overview to see them do their warm up. So this is the time I go like, take a chill, open prey. Ooh, Gaffbeak off onto the grass already. So it kind
Hopefully,
of
as
shows
long as he
you.
doesn't hit anything, he should be fine.
Yes, but this shows you. I mean, realistically, cold track tire temperature conditions, the the challenges the individuals have to observe in ACC. I love the fact that they bring us those conditions whereby it's so close to realistic because one with cold tires shouldn't have grip, period. And to do that on a sim racing um, platform is just epic and spectacular.
No, agreed. And Tintin is shocked. He cannot believe that there has been no incidents on lap 1, turn 1 for the first 2 races. Man, where have you been? These console boys are on fire when it comes to keeping it clean, or they're just very afraid of Bossman and his voice in the driver's briefing. One of the two.
I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I we have to compliment these guys from two different communities. We're gonna express this as much as we can. SSR, the boys at Sarko, of course we got a couple of LNR boys here. Again, we used to have a good grid. Most of the individuals have progressed over to the PC side of it, which of course is great to see. But then the level of class racing we have seen thus far is it's phenomenal. I'm speechless.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely it's amazing to see that guys can actually do a race and not touch each other and have it clean.
Mm. Again, it doesn't mean that we nothing's wrong with the PC boys or the Gran Turismo. It just shows you it can be done, and I still believe it's all about being respectful to your fellow driver next to you. You might not like him, you might not know him, but it's that type of relationship you should have. And I think that's kind of what we try and impose. We give you the most difficult track conditions, and then we ask you to please be friends with everyone.
Yes, there we go. Right, well they coming through. Is this is what is this? This 150
130R, 130R.
That's it. I normally go through there at about 130 kilometers an hour. So yes, that's
Again,
about right.
it is a very difficult corner, and in all fairness, in most of the races I've seen, the two cars that I always find that spins a lot at 130 Rs is the Mercedes, and then of course the Porsches. So, some
Okay,
reason
well,
somehow Merc doesn't love it.
here we go. Here we go. Boys are stacked, lined up, and they are coming to the start-finish line. And everyone must be holding their breath and getting ready for action. And I am too scared to actually watch because that turn 1, turn 2 at Suzuka is just it just calls for chaos.
Just
And
look at it.
we are we we are
We
yes
are,
no
we are, we are.
maybe. Man, they are lights are holding them forever.
Go, that's it. Now we got it.
There
Finally.
we go. There we go.
And now I'm gonna do a bit of viewing perspective so that we can get some aspect of it. So, Gaffbeak didn't get a jump onto 80k Corsa, but Serra Racer is
So
right
he's got a jump on it.
next to the Merc, and he's probably gonna have to give away a bit because that Merc's got the
There's,
inside line, takes
there's,
it
there's
beautifully.
chaos in the back. I see chaos in the back. I saw some cars going backwards, if I saw that correctly.
There is some incidents here and there, but again, I mean, it's Suzuka, first corner. I at some point it's gonna have to give. Gotta see who is all involved. Marius definitely seems to be one of those involved in that. He's all the way to the back of the grid in 19th position, so I don't know what happened there. We just can't give you the replay, but that is just so unfortunate.
Yeah, he does. He looked like because I saw a car going backwards into turn 2, so he might have lost it or he was tagged and just fell down.
Yeah, but it seems like two of them were involved. So again, Stolz is there at the back. Oh no, wait. I'm thinking of T. Scott, who's currently in 12th position. So
Yeah,
Marius
Saul
is.
started off. So Marius might have lost it just on his own because I'm not seeing any damage on the Porsche either. I'm not seeing any
No.
scuffing. The car, the bumpers, everything is looking clean.
I,
So,
I would
but
agree.
but if we go back to the front boys, Coquetto is ahead by 1.4 seconds. Oh boy.
So yes, these boys are now lining up. Again, we are unsure of what happened to Morris. We're all speculating at this moment as the boys run through 130R with their cold tires. I am expecting to see a bit of fumbling here at the back. Still none. Boys are behaving very well. Ooh, that does look like Kuravas going deep there with the Audi, and he's being severely under pressure there by Jake's fucking cockney. Oh, I love saying that name though, but I don't want to say that.
It's well, it's that's proper Jakes. That Jakes does not futney cockney. He will
Yes.
stick it in if he gets half a gap. He will put that Mercedes in there. So, yeah, the boys have kept it reasonably clean. Gav has got him past Sarah Racer, and Sarah's not too far behind him. And then Checo's like just lurking behind those three boys for anyone to make a mistake. And then Rapid Duck is kind of in no man's land between all of them. And then you got Kuravaz, and then you got a whole group lined up behind him.
Yes.
You got Jakes, Grimjaw, Springbok, Insomnia. So Insomnia is one of the boys who definitely did not have a great start as well. So it might have been him and Marius that got maybe together, because he dropped back quite a bit as well, because he was in the top 8 at the start. So he's dropped a couple of positions. Someone got the flag, I assume, to put lights on. So look, and then then we go back. We got Elroy in 11th, Various Sky, then Drew the Great, RVR, T Scott. So T Scott's made a mistake because he wasn't 12 and he's dropped to 15. So he's made a mistake somewhere on his own. And then Hal's 666 and 16th, and then Stores is actually up to 17th. Triv's an 18th, Maury's a 19th, and have we lost someone?
We have, so we probably had some disconnect at some other point. Marius and Privy, ooh, as my camera angles are trying to catch up. There we go. Side by side action there through the corner. Marius makes one position up. Plenty of him to do at this moment. Again, I'd love to catch up with him after the race to figure out what has happened, but he has got a lot of work to do at this moment. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the leading driver is coming down the start-finish straight line, and he has yet to go past the 130R, so a lot of work. That's miles and miles of seconds and gaps to maintain or get.
Yeah, no, he's got his work cut out for him, most certainly. So Jocks has thrown a dig at me and says, well, I normally go through 130R at 130 kilometers an hour backwards.
If ever you know how to do it and you can replicate that and train individuals, do tell me so that I can give it a go.
You just drive a Bentley and you hit the curb, and that's how you go through there backwards.
That sounds a lot better. So everyone is now slowly caught up with Rapid Duck. So Rapid Duck, who was in the middle of nowhere, has now got the train of individuals like Kurovox, Jakes, Grimjaw, Springbok, Insomnia, all chasing him down. So he's going to be looking at his rearview mirror quite rapidly. And I'm guessing he is probably doing that, which could offset him at the moment. Because again, the more you start looking behind you, the less you focus on what is ahead of you. And Jakes is so close to that Audi that it is unreal.
No, definitely. So yeah, waiting to see. These boys are definitely not going to take too long before they try and put some pressure on, because it does seem like Checo is also not really getting away from them, and Zero is hounding Gavpig, being half a second behind him. So Zero is definitely having a look there. And poor Coquetto from ATK, he's not going to get any screen time because he's just running away. He's almost 4 seconds ahead already on lap 2.
Again, he got a good start at the beginning. Not a lot of pressure from Gavpig. Okay? Gav had also a great start, but he was under pressure immediately from Serra, trying to take the inside line from him going around the corner 1. Again, so that off-putting, I don't know what has happened since then, but he might have made a slight error, because I recall him having at least about a 2-second gap between him and Serra. So small error in judgment in one corner has made it a bit more difficult, therefore increased the gap.
And then Alroy has got a stop-go 30-second penalty. He
Now,
must have cut the track somewhere to get that.
how? Because
This might be the chicane. Could be
that
the
is a
chicane.
severe penalty, to be fair. I mean,
That could only be the chicane if he went straight instead of going through the chicane.
oh, well, lots of speculation tonight, I see.
No, it's not much more than that we can do. We'll have to find out after the race and inform everyone next round.
Next
This
round,
is what
yes,
happened.
like that is what happened, and this is what figured
well,
out and so forth.
Zero looks like he was having a good look at Gavpeak there. Because Gav seems to be falling back, seems to be slowing that Bentley down. And then we've got an Audi that is just about planning to climb into the rear bumper of that Bentley as well. So Rapid Duck needs to start getting rapid there, because otherwise he's going to have Kudavaz all over him.
Yeah, and it kind of gives me the idea and the feeling that not everyone has settled in as of yet, because it's like you look at how the race delta is between all the drivers, and it gets close and then it splits out, and then it gets close and it splits out. So it's one of those unsettled driver feeling across the board, except of course for Koketsa that looks very stable, and so on. But man, it changes so quickly.
No, definitely. And then if we have a look at Springbok Gamer there in ninth place, he's 0.4 behind Grimjaw. I just cannot believe Grimjaw annihilated the field in round one, and he just lost his mojo, it seems. He's just not finding the Audi speed, and we know Suzuka and Audi, it's an epic track for that car. That car just loves Suzuka.
It is, and it makes me wonder. I can't even remember what did we do at round one. Round one was Nürburgring, and I mean, ooh, Ash Springbok just looks there on the inside line. Is he going to take it? No. Settles back right behind Grimjaw again. Big peek into that Audi's left door, hoping to gain more momentum and space, but he's all over Grimjaw.
Yeah, he's all over him, and then as he's doing that, Insomnia is just slowly creeping closer. So soon you're going to have a three-way battle there for 8th place, and then they're going to have to work some magic to catch up to Jakes.
Yeah, that is going to be. I don't think that's going to be anything possible, because Jakes fell a bit behind, but he's now catching Kudavaz slightly. And again, I'm just looking at the delta. Sarah Racer is very close to Gav Big. Just doesn't seem like he can find the speed and pace to make the move. So, ooh, Gav Big going very wide there. Now that's going to compromise him coming down the long straight here.
Yeah, that surely should give Sarah Racer a nice proper toe down the back straight up to 130R to line him up for the chicane and maybe do a bomb down the inside.
Probably, but it doesn't look like Sarah Racer did get a clean exit there. And again, Gavby going very wide through that corner too. So
that might be 2 track cuts right there for Gavby. So he's going to be flirting with drive-throughs, and he's only 10 minutes into the race already.
Yeah, that is extremely excessive. Now again, drive-throughs and track cuts is all dealt with the ACC game itself, but to me that looked very wide. And I mean, 2 wheels off the racing line, both at 130R and just there before Spoon is quite severe, and it normally will dish out a warning or something at least.
No, he's definitely going to know about it. And then I see that Kudavaz and them seem to have made a mistake, because Jakes is now right up behind Kudavaz, and Kudavaz is right up behind Rapid Duck. So that 2-way battle has now become a 3-way battle.
Yeah, we have all these good little battles in between. So Gav, Zero, definitely. Rapid, Kudo, Jakes is one of them. Then we have Grimjaw, Springbok, Insomnia sitting here. And then here by 13th place, again, T-Scott, who had a magnificent race last week. And he's been chased down by Hals, Stolz, and then, of course, Marius is trying to close that gap, which he seemingly is at the moment, but he's still got so much work to do before he can get anywhere near the top 10.
No. So a few of the boys got some work to do. Some of the boys got to figure out how to get past someone, and someone's got to figure out how to keep Oaks behind them and still be quick. So different strategies and different mindsets currently going on all across the field here.
Yeah,
But
yeah, go for it. Sorry, man.
good to see that T Scott and Saul so far is looking to be having a good race. Because they had some chaos last week, and then obviously round one they had the disconnections.
That's true. And of course, if I just look at the top 10, I mean, ooh, Kudu, a bit of a spike lag there. Ooh, someone there off at 130R. That is a Bentley.
That might be Checo. That might be Checo that's gone off there.
I don't know, but again, Kudu is all over the back of Rapid. He is looking left, right, middle, and center. Is he going to have enough pace to go down the start-finish line? Rapid going.
They look like a train behind him.
Ooh, this is going to be a 3-wide scenario into turn 1.
Someone's going to try.
As Rapid goes very wide.
Jake's is up the inside, and Jake's Fatni Cockney, he's putting it in there, and he's like, check this move, boys. And he just grabs that spot, and he must be smiling.
It is, but it's just not finished yet. That's the whole thing. Now the battle continues between these boys, which is not what I expect. Well, Guru would have expected, because he wanted to pass that Bentley. That was an opportunity. Then he goes too wide and loses the position to Jakes, who just saw an opportunity move.
That most certainly was. I still can't figure out which Bentley is the Bentley that spun out.
Don't know. So Cerro, that was Cerro.
Oh, it's Cerro that we lost. Oh my word. And it's come back to bite him again, because he had that problem last week as well, that he was running in the top 5 and then he spun out and he fell back and he just struggled to recover. So oh man,
that is so unfortunate. Well, I think what we can all learn from this is these Bentley tires would be warm at this moment. So
yes, he should have some sticky grip for about the next lap before it cools down after having a nice little 360 spin, I guess.
Yes, now he's got a lot more work to do.
And he's right up the backside of Insomnia and Springbok. So he's, although he has spun out of 3rd place, he's still within a striking distance of a top 5 position here. So, and there's still 45 minutes to go, so lots can happen.
Lots can happen as we just watch Springbok there.
That Merc went way across the chicane there. That was a very interesting line from that Merc.
And Springbok going immediately defensive, so he's going to have to take the inside line, because that Merc does look like it's going to stick it on the outside. No, it does not. Probably looking at doing an inside cut, but that's not going to work, because it's going to compromise him coming up into the S's. So another breathing moment for Springbok there. That doesn't make it easy, because Cerro, we know, has pace. I mean, he sat right behind Gavbeek in 3rd position, who's now needing to fight back and regain what has been lost.
Yeah, no, definitely. So it was Captain Van Beek who unfortunately had to leave. His youngest son decided to feel a bit ill and not be so well, so he had to run and quit on his boys. So no worries, Mr. Van Beek. Good luck, and good luck to your little boy. Hopefully you later, and see you next week.
Yeah, definitely. Back up, man. Family first. That's rule number 1. That will always be rule number 1, man. Best of luck. Hope all goes well from my end as well.
Okay, back to the racing. So let's see where our leader is. The poor guy has only had like 5 seconds of screen time. So
he has. So 80k Coquetto is closing
absolutely
it off.
Killing the field.
Yes, he is leading by quite a margin. 10 seconds at this moment. 17 minutes into the race. They've only got about 3 minutes left before the pit stops open. So again, lots of gap between him. Gavbeek in 2nd. Bit of relief for him at this moment, because he doesn't have Cerro Racer right behind him, but slowly but surely, Checo is not far
Checo
behind.
is Checo is catching up because Checo was more than almost 4 seconds behind. So
Hmm.
Checo's coming, but he's coming in little increments. I think
Yes.
when Gavpig has a blink a little bit later and realize it, then Checo's going to be within a second. So let's keep an eye on that gap, sitting at 2.7 at the moment.
Looks
But
familiar.
Rapid Duck, yeah, because that's what he did last week. He ran him down and passed him in the pit stops.
So yes, we're gonna keep an eye on that because this is like deja vu from Brands ads. Checo wasn't that far from Gavpig. They were running similar paces the whole first stint of the time, which is kind of what we're seeing here at this moment. And then that massive undercut advantage that Checo did. I don't know. The question stands: is Gavpig gonna think about it? Is he realistically gonna go like, maybe I need to put first this time. Maybe I need to be more opportunistic because he put later and then lost the race just because of that. Big battles, yeah.
Jakes is having a look. Jakes is having a proper look over there at Rapid Duck. But Rapid Duck, he's been at it and he has been defending great. He has absolutely kept them all behind him so far. So yeah, I think that whole group of boys there, the best they can hope for is a 4th place because he's held them back so far. The front three has just absolutely run away with it.
It is, and it's so interesting to see it. I mean, he's made that Bentley that wide that it's just practically impossible. Now, Suzuka's a big track. I mean, in general, it's a 2-minute plus lap time. So it's still not the easiest locations or track to make passes and maneuver. You only have the
select few spots.
yes, and that's probably because as he goes very deep into the chicane there, that's gonna compromise him. Probably lose a few seconds. I'm not 100% sure how that Audi is gonna do at Kuruvas. Is he too close? No.
No, he's not. He's actually fallen back a bit, but that might just give him a slight way back. However, that Merc is all over that Bentley again. So the Mercs seem to be having a lot more top-end speed here than what the Bentleys are.
Well, I won't say that I'm not surprised, because again, the two top boys leading at this moment are all in Mercs. So there's something that these guys know for the Mercs that we don't know. And if I say we, I'm probably going to go me as well.
Yeah, no, I think they've definitely worked something out that is giving them some epic speed. So yeah, the boys keep at it and Jakes is trying to push too hard now. That's what's happening.
That's exactly what's happening now. That's too much, too quick, too fast.
Kudos is now going to line him up, and then Checo has taken half a second out of Gavpig.
So yeah, so that gap's getting closer. Again, I am also keeping an eye on
in the
Cerro.
background, boys are going too wide through the. Oh, there we go. Bentley is past. Cerro Racer is past Springbok Gamer, so he's slowly on his hunt back up the field.
But that battle's not finished.
No, as Springbok Gamer.
Close, very, very close. Springbok's not going to give that up at all. He's been...
and the Lexus most certainly should have the straight line advantage here. Lexus is stupid quick in a straight line compared to the Bentley.
Definitely, but again, the pace that Cerro has shown to us at the start of the race, he's got something else underneath that bonnet besides a Bentley.
He's probably found the extra turbo that everyone's searching for.
Oh, and that looks like Kudo Vast there in the background.
Yep, Kudo lost it. He lost it and
yes, into the pits for him, straight and immediate. Gavpig also in the pits. So again, we did talk about it. The man who jumps the line first, is he going to gain momentum and speed? He did note that Checo was gaining on him. So big question there. Was that the right move? This is more the question.
So he's doing the Checo on Checo because last week Checo, as it was available, he jumped into the pits. So let's see what Gav does. Let's see if it pays off for Gav this week, going early like that. But if Checo's clever, he jumps into the pits right now on this
Yes,
lap.
on this
Then
lap.
he negates that whole situation.
That's the whole thing. And of course, it's not just about getting into the pits. You have to navigate your way all the way to your pit box, and make sure you get it jacked up first time to not lose valuable seconds. I mean, if you put it wrong on your box, that's a 1 or 2 second deficit. So I'm curious to see what is going to happen. Both of them have got enough space ahead and behind them to feel pressure. It's now figuring out where they're going to end up.
So Niall is asking, can he see what lap times Koketso is doing? Can he see that on console?
I don't believe I can. I can quickly have a quick squiz at the moment. Not realistically. I can see their current time based on race conditions, but not their lap times.
Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot see his lap
Yes.
time. Sorry, Niall. You will have to keep guessing.
You would have to. I can see if I can do a visible view. No. See, I have that whole
There he is, last lap time, 2-minute flat.
Yes. Oh, there we go. Good eye there.
2-minute flat just before it switched over to the current lap. So 2-minute flat 0.1. That is flying on console. That is absolutely flying.
That is quick. That is very, very quick. Oof. Big ups there on Degna 1. So again, where are we? Where are we? Jake's Fatukaki still chasing down Rapid. These two boys are still battling it out.
Yeah, they're not done. Checo's still out. I thought he would jump into the pits, but he has not done so. So yeah, and then we've got Cero, who's finally gotten past Springbok Gamer and pulled a 2-second gap already on him. Oh, someone's got to drive. So Trivs has got to drive still, unfortunately, for speeding in the pit lane. So that's also Suzuka's pit lane entry has got that little tricky bit that you arrive extremely quick.
You gotta navigate it properly, otherwise you just overshoot it, and the minute you do that, that drives through instantaneously.
And basically, Jakes is back up behind Rapid Duck. Oh gee, they're gonna just go at this for the remainder of the 36 minutes, aren't they?
Well, it's a good battle here. I mean, to be fair, I mean, Rapid Duck has really put the elbows out this evening. I mean, no one's realistically, he's not allowing any space, and it seems like he continuously keeps that Bentley behind him. Look at him. A little bit of left-right shove there just to make sure that he can break the slipstream. So I think he's realized that the Merc is quicker than him down the straight.
Yeah. So the problem
big
he
mistake
has,
there.
Well, yeah, Jakes is definitely going to get a run on him out of the chicane and down.
But Jakes goes into the pits. Jakes has made the decision and decided enough is enough. Get new tires, put it on, get clean air, and then hopefully I can jump him with a pit stop. And again, another boy in the pit. So more of them coming out as we speak. Again, they still have 15 minutes left for a pit window, so anything can go.
Yeah, that's now the key, to see who gets that whole pit cycle situation sorted. Pacheco's, he's committed to running long because he still hasn't pitted. Gav is sitting in 14th, but I think and he's got some clean air, so if he is running some good clean laps, he might just be able to pull clear of Checo properly and not have a surprise where he sees a Bentley in front of him by the time the Bentley comes out of pits.
Yes, so it's a good enough space for him. Everyone has slowly, seemingly settled in now. So after about 25 minutes of racing, you kind of can see a bit of gaps between guys. Again, still some battles here and there. Zero making space and gaps between him and Springbok Gamer at this moment.
And then Ferris is not too far behind Grimjaw, only 2.2 seconds, so definitely keep an eye on and see what he can do with his McLaren.
Again, a guy we haven't really talked about. It's like, for some other weird reason, we haven't actually seen a lot of mid-rear engine cars in the top 10 this evening. There was only the one from Kuduvas, ooh, big spike there, and I don't know whether it's me or them. But again, this is the first time I'm actually seeing more and more mid-engine cars in the top 10.
And it's going to be. So I remember last week, Verisky came with big speed in the second half of the race. So let's see if he has the same situation this week, where he finds his groove in the second half.
Yes, because I recall a drive and drive scenario was a bit late and so forth. Again, I'm seeing a lot of spikes, and I don't know whether it's me or the individuals on the track itself, which I wouldn't expect, because looking at...
I'm not seeing any excessive spikes in any of their ping, so it might just be on our side that it's having a bit of an effect on the stream, on the main stream. I'm not seeing excessive spiking, so it might just be between your side and my side with the Discord streaming as well. So all the lot of streaming that we're doing, and Kalen's jumped in. How's it, Kalen? He's saying go Checo, and yeah, but we are all rooting here for Checo. He has definitely brought a bit of a surprise for us by arriving last week, winning the race, and then this week fighting for top 2 position.
My man is Grimjaw, man. Grimjaw. I mean, he surprised me by the start of the race, and I'm waiting for that magic to happen. I haven't seen it. I need to speak to him offline and go like, what's happening? What is happening?
Yeah. Why do you not have round 1 speed? What's happening? This man was flying.
He was
untouchable.
He certainly was, and I think that a lot of these guys have surprised us completely, and I think the surprise was more because we didn't know any of them. We're learning them as we progress and go along. Again, last week we accidentally, when I say we, that's probably me, accidentally assumed that the guys like T. Scott and those boys were driving for a cause, but realistically that's their team colors. And again, we were made aware of it, and I still love that color scheme design. I mean, that's absolutely gorgeous.
Gav Big has got a drive through. All those rides has bitten him in the backside. So, Checo, welcome to P2.
Well, yeah, in theory, yes. And again, we questioned it the whole race through. Every time we looked at Gavvik, it just seemed like you were pushing it too far and too wide, which would have been inevitable. And you can instantaneously see he takes a different line there through a spoon, which normally goes very wide. So that is a sad one, a very sad one for him.
Yeah, man. Again, jeez.
my heart sinks when I see things like that.
I know, it's just so bad, man. You definitely in a top 3 position, and a drive through here is endless.
It doesn't feel like it ever stops. The pit lane feels like forever. So 2 races, drive-throughs. I don't think he's going to be a happy man after that one. Again, a phenomenal driver, and he's getting bitten twice now.
Okay, halfway into the race, and we have got Atike Coquetto that's leading by a country mile. Then we got Checo sitting pretty in second, that's 13 seconds ahead of Rapid Duck. And then you've got Grimjaw, who still needs to pit, and Marius, who still needs to pit. And then you've got Sarah Racer, the first of the pit stopped gentlemen, running in 6th place. And Gav has come out just ahead of... that looks like Vera Sky.
Yes.
Just coming out of. Okay,
it
so
does look like Vera Sky.
He's then dropped
quite a bit.
He's probably getting lapped. Is he getting lapped?
I don't know. The telemetry is going to all pick up now at this moment. So it kind of looks like Gav is... Yeah, that's Vera Sky right
Gav was in 12th place. Oh, okay, so Vera Sky is dropped. There we go. So Vera Sky is in 11th. So he was probably coming out the pits when Gav passed him. So Vera Sky 11th, Gav 12th. So yeah,
swapped around.
Lost a lot of spots there. So let's see what he can make up. That is okay, but Coquetzo still needs to pit, so they
Yes.
are theoretically a lap behind Coquetzo already.
Yeah, Coquetzo's in the pits, Rapidak's in the pits, Grimjaw in... sorry, Coquetzo's not in. Sorry, Checo is in.
Yeah, Checo's in, Rapiduck's in, Morris is in,
Oh,
Grimjaw's in, so, and Drew the Great. So all of those boys are in the pits. It's only Coquetzo that has not pitted as of yet.
that's a big loss though. Like, he is... Wow. So such an unfortunate thing. I'm sorry, I'm gonna probably delve on that forever. Again, this is an interesting dilemma. So Jakes went into the pits earlier on, sitting behind Sarah Racer the whole time, just couldn't get a move past him. That has worked out for him. So big undercut coming out of the pits ahead of Sarah. Now the question remains: is Sarah gonna sit all behind him and make it challenging? But then, who else did Grimjaw fight? No,
Kuda,
Jakes.
Jakes was also fighting with Kudavaz, but Kuda obviously had that sprint. Oh, and
Too
Sarah's
wide, too
having a look.
wide.
Sarah's having a look. Man, that was close. Sarah backed out of that one. He was like, oh boy, Jakes is not going to fatni kakni, and he's going to just close the door one time. In my face. Bang. Shut
Yeah. Alright, I missed it completely. So I've now completely thought that... Yeah, I've lost the plot somewhere. So Jakes didn't battle with Sarah. He battled with Rapidak.
Yeah, so he was battling. Yes, you're right. He was battling with Rapiduck.
And
And he
Rapidak is...
what's he, about 2 seconds
miles.
behind? Yeah, he's quite a bit ahead. So the undercut did not work for Jakes this time round.
No, definitely
Hero's
not.
obviously caught up to him because Hero's been doing his whole recovery drive after spinning off from third place. So Zero basically is in with a chance for third, I would say, because
It looks like it. It definitely
Rapid,
does.
I think, would be slotting into third place as Marius is now in the pit. So Marius is the final key to see where these boys will filter out. Because Coquetto, with his large lead, in theory, should just come back out in the lead again. I can't see anything disrupting that. So Marius would be the only one who could just maybe cause a bit of chaos here.
Probably.
Other than that, I think it is Rapiduck, Jakes, and Cero who will be fighting for this final podium spot.
It's astonishing how pit stops can change everything so dramatically and quickly. Like Grimjaw and Springbok Gamer are fighting now, and they were not even close to one another before the pit. Rapiduck has got a lead over Jakes, and Jakes has got Cero all over him. Where does Marius filter out? Again, we haven't really talked about Marius. He is still in the pits though.
Yeah, he's
moving,
busy
moving. So, I somehow thought he would have left earlier though.
Yeah, no, that felt like a long pit stop, but maybe it's just how it felt to us. But yeah, it just felt like a long pit stop because he's dropped to 12. That doesn't seem right. I think he might have had to do a double. There might have been a delay in his pit stop there.
Somehow, yes, because I wouldn't have expected to see Marius there. Again, class driver up there in 12. I'm gonna stand by it. Like again, mid-rear engine cars are really struggling this evening. The only two up there is the two Audis. Everything else is front engine cars.
So Cero's past Jakes. Cero's gotten past Jakes. But we do know he has the speed because he was chasing around Gavpig on second place before he spun. So the assumption would be he would be able to just pull away from these boys as he was running with the front guys.
Exactly. And I think if Jakes plays it clever, all he has to do is try and match the speed of Cero, and then hopefully in due time he can maybe try and capitalize a move on Rapiduck, because those boys were battling for quite a while. So interesting to see how that will work its way out. Again, closer other battles at this stage is Grimjaw and Springbok there in 8th and 9th. They seem to be matching each other time by time. Ooh, big mistake there by, well not big, but slight error, I would go.
it
It's
looks
difficult to
big
judge
until
it.
they just make
Yes.
the corner, and you're like, oh wait, it's not as bad as what it looked.
Yeah, it looked very big. It really looked like he missed his braking point there,
I
going
thought,
very
I
deep
thought he
into the
was just
S's.
gonna go straight. I thought it was
Yes.
like, yeah, never mind. I'm not taking the S's. I'm just gonna go straight.
So yeah, that's what it looks like, but it just definitely wasn't. So Grimjaw at least made his way up from where he started. Again, he didn't qualify in the top 10. So he's having a good, consistent race. Again, I need to go speak to my driver because I really thought that this man would have ran away with his championship from the word go. He is currently, I believe, in second place, chasing down Marius, who is leading the championship at this moment. So where we stand at this moment, again, Marius is not going to score a lot of points. Grimjaw is capitalizing on that. And then, of course, Checo is going to grab a lot of points as well. So that's going to change some of the top point standings for next week's race.
So let me just open up the standings here. Championship standings. So yeah, if we have a look at it, so there's only 8 points between Marius and Gav. Gav second. So if we look at that, I mean, Gav is ahead of Marius, so he's going to be taking some points away from Marius. So that's going to close that gap down. Then Grimjaw is 10 points behind Marius, and he is currently where is he?
He's
He
an
is
8.
ahead. So yeah, he's an 8. So he's definitely gonna close the gap there. And then you got Jakes as well on 58 points. I mean, Jakes is sitting in 5th place. So Jakes is going to pull in a proper amount of points on all of them ahead of him. Then you've got Very Sky, Holt, House 666, then Rapid Duck, but they all are really on some low points. And then Chico's like, where's Chico? Chico's way down on points. So that your top 4 currently in the championship, there's going to be a big shake-up. It's actually, depending on how the points work out, they might be extremely close to being almost on equal terms between the 4 of them going into round 4, which is madness thinking about it.
Kind of is. Which is
not what we expected.
No, it is definitely not what we would have expected, but it brings the championship so much closer together, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a better view for next race. Because where are we going next race? Next race is all.
Look, where are we going?
I don't
even know.
Zandvoort.
In the wet. So Bentley territory.
Bentley territory.
If Checo plays his cards right, after next week's round, Checo could be sitting pretty close to the top boys.
Yeah,
so he's a podium last week, a win last week. Currently sitting in P2. So if he doesn't mess that up, a P2, and then a possible podium at Zandvoort would definitely reel Checo in. And then, as we say that, we've got Cero that is basically again returned, and he's back on top of Rapid Duck, and he's fighting to get his 3rd place back, which he threw away early in the race. So that is a epic recovery drive. So he dropped to 12th, and he's found himself all the way back, and he's in 4th place, and basically going to be fighting for 3rd. And Jake, the clever man, just sitting there in the background and watching.
That's all that Jake needed to do, and that's what I was hinting at. That all Jake needs to do is not fight Cero, because he kind of hopefully, I'm guessing he would have known that Cero is probably quicker than him. Let him go, follow his line, try and stay with him, because it's going to bring you closer to Rapid. Rapid has been elbows out the whole race thus far. Like, he's kept everyone behind him, from Jake's to Kuda to Grim to like everyone behind him. He went, "You're not passing today."
He's been doing this entire race is defending.
Yes.
I feel like he got a great jump at the start, and he was like, "Great, this is where I'm staying, and nobody's getting past." And
exactly.
That's what he's been doing the whole race.
So now, 20 minutes of racing left. in theory, you and I know, and we can probably agree on this. Zero is the quicker man. I have to say that, but he
Definitely,
is the quicker man
definitely.
on the circuit at this moment. Besides Kuketo is running away from it, I want to see how Zero makes a move on rapid with his massive elbows on both ends.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to be an
Ooh,
interesting.
big slide there.
Woof. Well, if he does one of those, he's just going to hand it to Sarah.
Yeah, so again, this is about all about how you manage the pressure. What do you do with it? He's got a different class guy behind him. He probably, if he looked at the track where they qualified, realistically knows that Zero did out qualify, but he's defensive. Like that's just a proper defensive line there, instantaneously. And he does it so well. It's like he has the skills and ability this evening to throw everyone off and
Yeah.
not give them the advantage down the straight line.
He definitely must be running a little bit lower wing than what we would have expected because he is not slow in a straight line. Nobody, even with Slipstream, has actually attempted to dive bomb him.
Yes. So this is really going to develop in a very interesting way. I'd love to sit on this. Quickly want to go look at Kuda and Insomnia, but there is battling it out. A great race from these two boys. Again, sadly, Kuda had that small incident at the chicane and lost a lot of positions. But again, he's still behind Jake, so didn't lose a lot, but he is under pressure from Insomnia. I'm gonna go back to the front battle again because I'm so curious to see who's potentially gonna take the final podium.
And they're approaching the back marker, so that might just throw spanner into the works if they arrive on the back marker running
Goes
wide.
away.
Is he
Very
getting
deep.
out of the way?
I don't know who it is. That looks like Trivty. Yes, it is. Trivs, which we haven't spoke about tonight. In all the action is being around Rapid this evening, so Triv's going very wide.
Yeah, he's staying right out of the way. He's like, no, you boys have that. I'm just going to stick to the side of the track.
That's the widest line I've ever seen coming out or into one spoon. So, and still 2 laps in a row. Rapid has just been doing what needs to be done. That is class racing.
He's just placing the car where it needs to be.
That's the whole thing. And it seems like he's just naturally progressed to that line because he's, as you saw there, he wasn't really under severe pressure going into the chicane there and just naturally took that defensive line.
Yeah.
Now, didn't get the best exit though. Did a bit wide thing. Ooh, Zero flashing the lights there, showing the light in Rapid. I don't know if that's just like, hello, I'm here, or why? Why are you swerving?
Probably trying to tell him stop swerving or get out the way.
Again, you are allowed to do that. I mean, as long as you don't do it excessively and then go into a defensive line. So it's trying to break that tail and hoping that it works. And it's good though.
Yeah, no, it's some great racing. I see Dino's popped into the chat, and Dino is saying that Coquetto's in a party chat with him while he's racing here. He's saying he's a real chop. So Dino, tell him to stop being a chop and slow down and give the other guys a chance. Poor Oak is just flying around this track and that Mercedes.
Yeah, we've hardly spoken about him and Checo most of the race. And then I'm trying to figure out who we have not seen the whole race. Stolz, again, very quiet this evening. T. Scott had a great race last week. Not so good this week. I mean, that's his teammate Stolz there.
Stolz is definitely... Scott has definitely had a bit of maybe some misfortunes there, dropping to 16th because he was up to third. Whoa, and as we say, that might be why he's in 16th. He's trying to use a little bit extra.
Yeah, a bit too much and maybe too daring. I don't like that corner, to be fair, because I'm always so afraid. Because if you push it too early on the throttle going up the hill, you are going to go very wide, and that's just going to throw you off completely. So Hal's taking the opportunistic move there, gaining that position. Kudos to him for that. His Porsche does look a lot better than what it did before, so I think he fixed some damage as well. Okay, back to the front. Where are we? Where are we? Drive through through the grate.
Yep. Through the grate, unfortunately, drives through there. Yeah, so basically Sarah and Rapid just back at it again, or should I say still at it again.
Still.
And Jakes is literally just sitting back eating some popcorn and watching these boys.
Well, it's good to see that these boys are still so close to each other. Again, like Zero is on that bumper.
Yeah, he's not going to give up. He knows he's got a third place that's got his name written on it, and that's it.
Yeah, but again, it's hard for me this evening. Normally by this time I would have picked up who I believe is probably my driver for this evening, and I can't pick one. As it stands, I cannot pick one. Rapiduck to me this evening has gone elbows out and driven a phenomenal race. Sarah Racer, unfortunate, great start, had a hiccup, came back so strong, and now we have this battle. I can't pick. I cannot.
Yeah, no, it's quite close because poor Sarah dropped all the way to 12th and then has fought his way back and possibly is going to get a podium.
Yes.
So that would probably be driver of the day, you know, if we should award it. And then I see Drew the Great. Unfortunately, got a nice drive through for himself again. I think he had one last week as well. And Gav there running wide again. So running those wide lines again might just get another drive through before the race is over.
And I'm very curious to see where the sun is sitting when you come through 130R, because I think we specifically wanted to blind them as they enter 130R coming through there. It sounds deliberate, and I'm probably going to acknowledge, yes, it was. It was.
Okay, Racer is 0.1 behind Rapid Duck. And you got Jake's 0.08 behind Sarah Racer. Those boys are going to be in one heck of a battle.
Ooh, we've missed it though. We've missed it. Sarah has made a move. So Rapid.
That was a turn 1 pass, Dad.
Yes, we did. I was all focused and zoned out on the Springbok Gamer and Gaffby having a bit of a battle, but there is places being exchanged here. 10 minutes left into the race.
And Sarah's got his third place back. That is great to see. And Jakes must be licking his lips now and going, well, if he can do it, so can I.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jakes has struggled so much during the whole race trying to do that. So again, if he needs to do it, he needs to do it now. And if he doesn't, I don't know if he can, because he's got to be frustrated by now. Like looking at that Bentley again before the pit and now after.
Yeah. Yeah, to be in it again is like, oh man, come on.
Like, can you even write that down, like in the history books of all things? This is what happened.
Yeah, but Jakes must be loving this. You know, even if you can't get that win, to be fighting the entire hour with a guy trying to get past, and both of them keeping it clean, keeping it on track, not bumping each other. I mean, that is going to be such an enjoyable race.
Yes, and like forever battles may continue. I mean, this is long talk. This is what creates sim racing. I mean, it's this that we love, and the adrenaline rush. Ooh,
in the background, does a full 360 in style, points it in the right direction, and gets going again.
Yeah, but now he's going to be a bit slower than the other two, so Springbok and Gav is going to capitalize on that. And these boys are still battling out. Gav all over the back of Springbok. I do know these guys are very familiar with each other, so it's not their first run around on a racetrack.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Gav Peak's definitely going to try and get past Springbok Gamer, because he was on a mission to try and get back up the field, but they are 7 seconds behind Insomnia, so I do feel, unfortunately for him, seventh is the best that he would be able to get from this situation.
Talking about Insomnia, man, he's been quiet. We haven't really zoned into him the whole race. He had a couple of race battles between him and Kudu Vaz. I can't even remember who else was in the mix, but quiet, good race. Stayed out of trouble, and a potential sixth place for him. So, and he's not that far off Jakes and the boys. So, very well done. I mean, gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, and then Grimjaw is all on his lonesome in 10th spot. 6 seconds behind Kudavaz and 16 seconds ahead of Verisky. So Verisky unfortunately did not bring the speed in the second half of the race. And Marius has also just kind of been stuck there in 12th place, not really making any inroads into the gap between himself and Verisky as well. And then you've got Hal sitting in 13th, and then Stalls, RVR, and then T. Scott, and then Alroy and Drew DeBray. So those guys have got quite a big bit of a gap between each one of them. So there's not much happening that side between them.
What has happened? What has happened? Rapid Duck.
Jake's has dropped back, but Jake's
No.
has passed. Yeah, Rapid Duck's made a mistake. That front end of that Bentley is damaged.
Yeah, something went wrong because Insomnia was not that close to them the last time we spied on him, and it wasn't that long ago. So position change for sure. What happened? I don't know. Why did we miss the action? Why did
I don't know. I don't know how we missed that so quickly.
we did? Okay, I'm gonna go to other actions. Springbok Cav. No, nothing there. All right, Rapid Duck. Let's go.
Yeah, well, Rapid Duck
Let's
is
try.
fighting with Insomnia, but I think that Bentley just has 0 speed now.
Yes, that doesn't look like a happy Bentley at this moment.
That's the first time tonight we've seen him just drive around the Bentley. So
Yes.
I think he's now just 6 minutes left, survival mode. He's got 7 seconds over the boys behind him. So don't fight, don't battle, don't do anything. Just try and run as smooth a lap as what you can.
I don't know if that's gonna last though. Because if you look at the delta, so Jakes was right behind Rapid Duck. He's 4 seconds adrift now from him.
Yeah.
That's in a matter of, I would say, maybe a lap or two.
Yeah, but that Bentley looks seriously damaged.
Yes. So if we calculate that, then in theory, again, just looking at the delta, look at how far away he is from Insomnia.
Yeah.
So that is very, very bad. 1.5 seconds of a lot. These boys behind him coming down into 130R,
They can catch him.
they're gonna catch him. They are definitely gonna catch him. Ooh, as Gav goes very wide again.
Wide again. Flirting with the track cuts and the drive-throughs again. Oh boy.
Ching Chong Cha, want another one?
Yeah, flip
Maybe?
a coin.
Flip a
Have
coin?
one.
Yeah, I hate to say that. I am absolutely gutted. Rapid Duck is losing so much time at this moment. You can see the delta decreasing inch by inch at this moment. He is now 4 seconds, 3 seconds behind Insomnia.
Oh geez, Yano, so he's just dropping off. I assume he's got some severe damage then on that Bentley.
Yeah, this is nursing the car home in the last final 5 minutes of the race. I don't think it's going to be that easy, to be fair. Unless he can figure out what the tweaks are and try and work his way through it, but it just doesn't look healthy.
Yeah, no, fully agree. It's really not. It's sad for him to have his race end that way, but he's at least trying to just get it to the finish. And I think if he loses, he might just lose those 7th and 8th spot to the boys there, because Kudavaz is still another 7 seconds behind Springbok and them. So if they get past, he should be safe with 4 minutes left.
Let's see where we are. Yeah, let's go get to. See if we can get a bit of onboard driving from this man. try and figure out whether we can learn from the best by looking at this class driving style.
Yeah, let me have a look and see what is going on here. Over in the chat, we've got Ethan that's popped in and he's just shouting, Checo! Checo is sitting in second, which is very nice to see. He does look like he is just going to make sure he finishes the race and takes that spot, which is great for him and his championship race.
I'm kind of interesting just looking at all the little things. So there's a merge. It really looks like smooth driving style at this moment. But what caught my eye, and again, open for discussion, it really looks like he's running traction control 9.
Yes, you are correct. That does look like that. He's running TC9. My word, that would be something very weird.
So something to wonder and something to ask. I mean,
Yes.
I have nothing against that. In all fairness, because again, in PC race at this moment, we all have our little secrets and tweaks and things like that works. I mean, TC9, it works for him. He's smashing the competition out the ballpark here. So I'm really curious. Traction 9 on a Merc at Suzuka.
Yeah, that is weird. Unless on the Merc, the traction levels is turned around, like what they do with the maps, I think. Is it on the BM or the Porsche?
It's on the Porsche where it's upside down. That
yes.
kind of gets me. Or or what we had is
Hero's got a drive-through. Oh no! All of that hard work, and he's got himself a drive-through.
No. So
he's going to drop probably to about 10 or 11.
But the two guys I went with, driver of the day, one has somehow murdered himself in some strangest fashion, which we don't know. And he's going to be challenged by Springbok Gamer at this one. Half-Peak fell off the radar a bit. He was right behind Springbok, so I don't know what happened there. He's 5 seconds adrift from Springbok. So a lot has happened. It doesn't seem like Gav is going to capitalize on this damaged Bentley from Rapid. He's far behind. Zero, great race. This is not what he wanted. Like, I heard an outer pass him at this moment.
Where is Coquetto? With 52 seconds left, he might be on his final lap.
Yeah, so Coquetto is at Degna 2 at this moment. Sorry, Coquetto. No, he's probably going to do another lap.
No, he's doing one more lap. Yeah,
that is quite. That is a far distance. This is coming down the start-finish line for Coquetto. The gap between him and Checo, in realistic, is...
Yeah, it's mad. Checo's only come through the heifer now.
Okay,
yes.
On the final lap now. Give it all you can.
That's a crazy gap.
That is phenomenal. Again, nothing wrong with that. Coquetto just needed to do what is best, not get drive-throughs, not be involved in incidents.
He's just outrun this field. That's all he's done.
Yes, and stay ahead of the pack. I mean, everyone else has gone and pushed it above the limit. I mean, Half-Peak drive-through. Zero drive-through.
Jake's in third.
Jake's in third.
Jake's is in third.
Which I really believe is a good thing. He didn't have the best of race last week. He really struggled. Again, he was phenomenal in round 1 at Nürburgring. I think he finished top 2 from recollection. I could be wrong because he and Marius had such a great battle for us.
He took second because Marius had a problem with his game or something where it dropped frames.
So again, consistency, good race.
He's got one lap and he's got insomnia that's 1.1 seconds behind him.
Yes. So
not done yet.
Not yet. Rapid is falling behind more. Springbok Gamer is definitely going to take him down the straight there. So that's a great position gained by Springbok. I mean, Rapid Duck was up there in the podium lines. Somehow has lost quite a bit of positions. Again, I still think he had a great drive. I mean, to be fair, elbows out most of the race.
Yeah,
Defend, defend,
yeah.
defend, defend, and he did a phenomenal job. So, big ups to
He's
him.
been, yeah, no, he's been great, absolutely
Okay,
great. Well,
final
here comes
corners.
into the final corner, on his way to take the checkered flag in a dominant
Yeah, that's
start to finish,
milestone dominant.
flag to flag,
Leader has finished the race.
absolutely epic race
Brilliant
from
drive.
Koketo. Well done, Atsuke Koketo. Just shows the field what is speed around Suzuka.
Yeah, mic drop moment right there and then. So let's look at where is Checo. Checo
It's only
coming
coming up the back
in
straight now.
spoon.
That's such a big gap.
It is. It is. Again, I compliment where the pace is. I mean, we kind of know Kuketsu is a phenomenal driver. Checo did what needed to be done, stayed out of trouble, didn't have that much battles, moved away from things that wasn't involved in, didn't get the drive-throughs, finished in second. So question stand: did Checo not push? Did his ex not give him enough speed? Or was it just all a fun, relaxing race for him? Look at him, wavering it through at
Checo
that
is going
moment.
to enjoy that. Hey, Jakes has survived barely. I think one more
Eh,
lap and he would have been in trouble because Insomnia is right behind him. So third and
Good.
fourth place.
Then and
Great
fourth,
drive there from Jakesons and Insomnia.
very, very
Wow.
good drive from both of them. They were quiet, busy, active, battling it all over, and such a good finish between those boys. There's Springbok finalizing the top five.
Springbok come over and Rapid was able to get uh, he was able to keep ahead of
Mm,
Kuravaz and Sarah Racer there.
Sarah Races. I think
And
Sarah
Sarah
Racer got
grabbed,
there front
yeah,
Kurubas. Yes, he did. He
he
did.
got past him right at the end.
Grimjaw
Grimjaw brings him home a ninth.
ninth.
Various guy
And
bringing it in 10th and Marius in 11th. So
yeah,
someone's made a mistake because Marius was 12th the whole time. Oh, Gav, he's dropped to 14. Oh
yes.
no, wait.
Everyone
Yeah.
jumps out and jumps away.
Some of
So
the guys are jumping out, so that's why things are looking a bit different. Well done, guys. That was an absolutely fantastic race. Boss man, better than what we expected, in all honesty.
again, all phenomenal driving. I mean, big ups to the boys that actually won the race. Again, Koketsu showing it all as we saw, noted down. So that's the full-time telemetries over there. Checo taking second place, and then Jake's clean third. To be fair, that was good. I thoroughly loved commentating, man. That was good fun. Next week,
Yeah.
Zandvoort.
Zandvoort, one of my favorites, so cannot wait for that one.
Cannot wait, cannot wait. And then, of course, last final words, boys, girls, everyone on the stream, thank you for your support. If anyone wants to know who we are, where we are, you can find us on all social media platforms. All races for console is on Sim Racing, Sim Grid. And then, of course, big thanks to the boys from SSR and, of course, Sarko. I mean, feel free to go and support them. It's all about love and share of sim racing. Next week, Zandvoort. See you then. Have a good one. Good night. God bless. And ciao.
Cheers, everyone. And we're out.
Yeah, well.
Awesome.